Well, I do have to see invisibility, so let's go back to the house. Let's go to this house and let's waste a second level spell. Just for the sake of Jamie.
We'll see this through.
I must admit, I am very confused where that guy must be. Something wrong. The invisibility lasts for 10 minutes.
I will not falter. Our path leads on.
You can trust me.
In the house, y'all.
Who, me?
They will break against our resolve.
Counter Shadow Demon. The enemy is Corporeal. Receives no damage from non-magical weapon. And Corporeal can receive half damage from magical weapons and spells. Okay. Right there.
Into the fray.
Hello, Shadow Demon. He did 2 damage to him.
Make every strike count.
Let's inflict light wounds. Darian, probably best you do another attack like that.
The inheritor, guide my blade.
What rank is he? A level 7 outsider.
Attack!
Stab you or zap you? Why not both?
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
Camellia.
The spirits demand your blood.
Oh, that did not help you at all. Yeah, I don't want to waste another second level spell.
The light, take you.
This pain is... So this is how it feels.
We shall overcome. Together we stand.
We will win this war.
Okay. Shadow Demon has been bested.
The mongrel did it.
We did it! See, Jamie was right. See, invisibility was the way forward. Okay,
Let us not hesitate.
I hope you appreciate this.
We've got a special composite, a magical composite longbow. Let's have a look at it. So what do we get? We got the Wicked Longbow. Whenever this +2 composite longbow confirms a critical hit on the enemy, the target must make a will save throw DC 20 or suffer curse. This cursed creature... Oh, that's... Gimme. That was way worth it. I must admit, did not expect to have issues in the variety of what's the word? I didn't expect that shadow demon to be so powerful, but he was.
Time has come. I will guide us.
Okay, we can take one more look around before we decide to go and talk to Herlin. You know what? Let's just go talk to Herlin. I know that that's what we just need. We need to get it. We just need to do it.
Stand ready.
There's Ramian. I wonder. It would be lawful to attack him, but I don't feel like that's very lawful, nor do I feel like it's something our character would do, which is the reason why I'm... That's the reason I'm struggling to make a decision, because we're not just going to kill him.
We march.
That doesn't... That's not lawful. Because this prick thinks it's lawful. Talk to Ramian. He's not your enemy. He only wants to do good for Kenabres. Inquisitor gives you a black look. I would consider those words an admission of treason from anyone else, but I don't wish to draw my weapon against a hero who has been given heaven's gift. And I won't, as long as you don't do anything worse than convening with the rabble-rouser Ramian. I won't ask you again to kill the rabble-rouser, but as soon as we liberate the city from the demons, my faithful will hunt him down. I have to go. Go on, go. And keep your head down.
Our path leads on.
That didn't... I thought I'd have to do a skill check, so I'm actually quite glad that I didn't, because I don't think our persuasion is as good as it should be just yet. I mean, we're only level 4. We are... Not even, we're a third of the way to level 5. We haven't got any of the like cool mythic stuff. We're still on chapter 1. Like, yeah, we're gonna be here for a while. I'm not going to run. Kill me if you wish, but I ask you, hear me out first. I managed to calm Helrun down a little, but he's still hell-bent on driving out of the city once the demon attack has been repelled. Ramian's head lowers. I suppose I should be pleased, but the idea, the injustice of it all, it makes my blood boil. I will leave Kenabres, but not before we fight with the demons, no matter what happens. I thank you. Erebeth Tirablade, the Evil Watch, is gathering survivors in the Defender's Heart Tavern. You'd be very useful there. Commander Tirablade, I do not know her personally, but her wife, Anevia, is a regular worshipper at our temple. I'd be glad to aid him in this fight. I have to go. Thank you for listening to me and defending me. I will go to the Defender's Heart. I hope to see you there. May Desna keep you.
I will guide us.
Okay. Where, oh where? Tracking down Fall, a young skilled mage is no easy task. He has several methods of concealing his presence from inquisitors, searching high and low. One thing is clear, like any good follower of the noble and impetuous goddess, he will not sit idly by while the city is overrun with demons. I get the feeling I've killed him. Because he was, like, hidden. He hid himself as something else. But I don't know. I'm pretty sure we've walked everywhere. We haven't seen visibility on as well, so...
Let us press on.
If he's here, we'll see him. And we'll do one final look around before we go do some other quests and save this for later, because as much as I want to find him, I also know that we've got other things we could be doing, and it's not exactly the most enjoyable just to sit and watch me keep looking around. There are better things we could be doing. Townsfolk's bodies have been mutilated beyond recognition with claws and fangs.
Thanks, Lan. You're so awesome, Lan.
You're okay, Lan. Best I'm gonna give you, mate. The eyes of a young lad peer out of view from under a massive helmet. At this proximity, it's obvious that his armor is ill-fitting and mismatched, but the helmet specifically is either poorly made or a theater prop. Pardon me, I saw you with that shawl. Does this mean that you're a friend of Aranka's? What am I saying? Of course it does, so... The young man's speech is interrupted by the arrival of a new cast of characters. People in robes of Diomedes' Inquisition appear from all sides surrounding him. Adept Fall of the Temple of Desna, you are under arrest on suspicion of treason and aiding the demons. You have 1 minute to come quietly. Drag your feet and you will count as an attempt to resist justice. Prelate Herlin appears behind his people, and here's the traitor who almost corrupted the Wardstone with his magic. You didn't think that the disorder and the demonic presence in the city would distract us from pursuing traitors, did you? The youth's eyes go wide and he says nothing, clearly not knowing what to do. You are torturing this poor boy for nothing. I can't stand for this. The Inquisitor Brofaras, you bear the gift of heaven, and you're taking the side of a delinquent and conspirator? Heaven knows are not only righteous anger, but mercy as well. He goes to gaze at the light, not even blinking. His face reveals a desperate inner struggle. At last he rubs a temple. I do not know why you are standing in the way of justice, but I do not wish to start a spat between the goddess's righteous warriors in this hour of peril. Let this Desna riffraff go wherever he likes, just as long as it's out of my sight. When we liberate the city from the demons, I will see to it that every one of the Ramians runts, and everyone like him will be driven out of Kenabres. Come, faithful, we have no further business here. The young man lets out a sigh of relief as he watches the Inquisition go. This is just blatantly unfair. We try to protect the city from demons, and instead helping us, we get hunted by the Inquisitors. Prelate Herlin will be deaf as all, and there's nothing we can do about it. Anyway, thank you. I'd be done for without you. You brought it done yourself. You deliberately incurred the wrath of the Inquisition. No. Inquisition has gone too far. I'm glad I didn't let them take you. That's it. I don't believe I'll get a hearing. That's it. I don't believe I'll get a fair hearing from Herlin. If it wasn't for you, I would be tortured and put to death. But even so, I have my regrets. I think we went too far, trying to break into the Warstone, and we didn't even save anyone. Chin up, pal. Now you screwed up royally, no doubt. But you meant well, didn't you? Herlin was trying to do the same thing to you, as you, but he killed a whole lot of people while doing it. Is this some kind of competition to find the most useless Crusader? You have appointed yourself the judge, have you? The most useless Crusader contest. I think you mean the whole damn history of Crusades, and the judge, it ain't me, it's Deskari. If you take a look around, he's already announced the results. Now, if you don't mind, I'm going to the Temple of Desna. I want to be alone with the goddess and reflect on all that has happened. I can't believe I have walked past him so many times, and I didn't think to myself, that guy looks suspicious.
Thanks, Lan. You're so awesome, Lan.
Like, honestly, I like that. Like, I'm actually really happy that that happened, because it just proves that this game does a really good job of hiding things in plain sight. Honestly, Pathfinder games, everyone just the best.
Will not falter.
Bro.
I will see this through.
Oh, thank you for the party check, Jamie. We did the house, Jamie. Yeah, we did it. I thought you were here, so I did it. Elkez, Aranka, and Fall sit side by side like sparrows on a tree branch. They seem happy despite the chaos going on around them. It isn't our rescuer. It's good that you've come. Sit with us. Pleased that you're all fine, but there's still so much work to do in the city to be done in the city. That's true, Ekaz nods. But can we give you a gift before you go? We wouldn't give this to anyone apart from the person who bravely defended us from injustice. The injustice inflicted by the people who should be the pillars of law and order in our city. Our gift, Aranka cuts in, is a song. We call it Steward Gaze, and it came to us from the true servant of Desna from her domain in Elysium. The song can gift a soul with renewed vitality. Just listen. The girl sings the melody. Do I get a gift? Can I swap my song for something else? Say, cash, or even a snack of some kind? These unschooled in the arts can't possibly appreciate that some songs are worth more than gold. And those who spent their whole lives eating 3 square meals a day and sleeping on silk sheets don't realize sometimes a crust of bread is worth more than gold. Paying no attention, Woljif chatter, the girl continues to sing. We'll listen in silence. Ekaz winks at you. For your soul, sing with us. I want to make sure you remember this song. It will be useful in the future. Okay, sing the song after Aranka. You repeat the melody, feeling it coming from somewhere within your heart, and then... And yeah, Jamie, unfortunately, you did miss it. I'm sorry. Hey, you were right. I thought you were here. I'm so sorry. Yeah, it was. The demon was invisible. You're right. Day 20. For 1 minute. In that. Day 20. Month of Hordes. 8. Year 4715. When the music stops, Samael finds himself in a place that looks nothing like the ruins of Kenabres. It all appears in the space of a blink. Closed his eyes on one word and reopened them on another entirely. One world, sorry, not word. A delicate twilight envelops this new world, with streaks of moonlight breaking through the gloom. Samael is standing in a shallow stream of murmuring water. Deep in a forest, there is no one else around. Garlands of unfamiliar climbing plants twine around the trunks of gigantic trees, and dangling from their branches are vines woven into what looks remarkably like swings. A carpet of fragrant grasses spread out at the tree roots, with islands of phosphorescent moss and lichen dotted here and there. Small, smooth stones with strange mirrored surface are scattered across the stream bed in which Samael is standing. The stones catch a light shining down from the heavens, making them gleam silver, and making them the ordinary little brook look like a stream of darkness, carrying a sprinkling of stars through the night. Samael is sure that he has never been to this place before, and yet it all feels so familiar. It is the manifestation, not of dreams or fantasies, but of that special way of looking at the world that only children possesses. When a glint of light reflected off a piece of glass becomes a fallen star, when an oddly shaped stone can be a remarkable artifact, and when every shadow or twist is in a path promises mystery or an incredible adventure, a single glance into the forest stream brings his feeling rushing back. Realizing this, Samael, unhurried, makes his way along the stream bed, taking in the surroundings. The whimsical, twisting stream runs through the silent forest, and Samael unhurriedly strolls along it. This place evokes a strange feeling of, not calm, no, in fact, quite the opposite, a feeling of restlessness or of anticipation, of incredible discoveries or unexpected encounters. Or then again, perhaps it's not that. No, it's not the place at all. But the eternal hunger, the craving of new experiences which dwells within any mortal heart. Speculation aside, just as Samael rounds the next bend, an unexpected encounter does indeed take place. They come closer, not attempting to hide, stepping lightly on the mossy carpet, leaping from branch to branch, or flitting through the air. These creatures are thoroughly bizarre, as though they are deliberately conceived to try the sanity of any taxonomist on the planet. One of the fluttering wings of a butterfly on its back. One has the fluttering wings of a butterfly on its back. Another has the tail of a dozen different animals, while a third boasts treatises of streaming water, hooves instead of feet, and springy cloves growing all over her skin. "We have a visitor," exclaims one of the strange creatures, and immediately runs along the stream, sending up the moonlight's silver splash with every step. "Where am I?" "Don't you know where you are?" asked the creature in amazement. "These are the plains of breathtaking beauty and plains of astonishing wonders, but only Elysium is woven from the craving of beauty, from the belief in wonders. That is where you are, in the most peaceful, most wonderful corner of the place of boundless freedom. Who are you?" "Don't you know who we are?" asked the creature in amazement. "There are plains of breathtaking beauty and plains of astonishing wonders, but only... Oh, we are Azatas, the children of freedom," says one of the creatures, carelessly swinging from one branches of the tree. "This forest is our home for today. Tomorrow our home could be a lake 100 leagues to the south, or our underground cave in the azure ocean, or a castle of clouds that scatter at the dawn breeze." How did I get here? "We don't know how you came to be here," says the creature with the dozen tails, smiling. "Mortals rarely come to Elysium during their lifetime, but here you are, which means that something must have brought you. Something in your soul. If your soul did not harbor even the slightest spark of freedom, yearning, and compassion, you would never have found your way here. Now that you know the answers, tell us, what do you want?" "I have to go back. They need me there." The creature with the butterfly wings, who has herever remained silent, gives the visitor a serious look and nods to itself. "I smell the burning blood, and tears of the place you have come from. It clings to you. It's all right that you don't wish to turn your back on the suffering of those you left behind. None of us children of Elysium would do such a thing. Go back and be a bulwark against evil and strife. Your path is true. But would you like to take some from this place as a memento?" The question hangs in the air, and though the words of Samael utters the next are merely words, not a spell, nor a military command, they seem to have equal bearing on destiny and life. "No, I don't need this. And farewell. Wherever your path may lie, it is not here." Our three adepts look at you wide-eyed. What just happened? For a second you were surrounded by light, and we heard music, like the music of Elysium itself. "I had a vision. I was in Elysium, and the Azatas spoke to me." The adepts exchanged looks of astonishment. "I swear, it's a sign that Desna herself has turned her gaze on you. You helped us and protected Wallflower from the Inquisition, even though he wasn't your responsibility. The goddess couldn't fail to acknowledge such a noble soul. We might be getting ahead of ourselves here. There are many powerful entities in Elysium besides Desna, but of course, maybe a reason for it. I am so glad we met you, friend. And not just because I was being tortured by the Inquisitions right now, if you hadn't, but also because you helped me overcome my doubts. We'll always remember you no matter what." Hey! Boys, that's finally the last quest here done. We can actually leave the market square. Right, we can actually leave. And yes, Jamie, there was an invisible demon. I'll show you after the stream. I'll show you it. Okay. We need to go scout the Tower of Estrad. We need to go do Gwyrm's Manor. We could also go up to the Blackwing Library as well. I'll say that I'm gonna go do the Blackwing Library first. Ooh. Go to the Hanged Cultist first. Cool. I'll take those reagents. The Lost Bag. Well, sure. I'll go to the Lost Bag first. Why not? Let's go save the Storyteller.
Wow. Hello there.
This. Great Library of Kenabres has been ravaged and wrecked in the most barbaric way. It seems that someone took perverse pleasure in smashing lamps, furniture, and tearing pages out of books. Ah, who doesn't like a good book burning these days, eh? A new armor. Padding armor of focus. We'll leave them be for now. A stocky knight with a head of messy black hair stands before you. His armor is spattered with blood. He greets you with a deep, booming voice. Ah, Crusaders, excellent. I am Captain Caleb Sazelmal, and these are my men. I'm about to burn these vile backstabbers and heretics here. These pathetic imitators of the traitor Arielu, who tricked their way into the ranks of the Crusaders. The knight nods at a heap of severely beaten people and a strange elf who seems jarring with some unknown reason. Samael bellows threats at his prisoners, who seem to be in a state of deep shock and utter terror. Strange feeling rises up within you. It is pure instinct. You don't know what you're about to do, but you're certain that it feels right. Take a closer look at the ruthless Crusader. Caleb is talking too loudly, all while casting a sidelong look at you. You have a similar behavioral quirk. You've seen similar behavioral quirks before in liars. Examine the Crusader's symbol and light armor and symbols on it. After carefully checking the Crusader's armor, you can say with your certainty that they aren't fake. These are real Crusaders. Smile politely and nod, but then suddenly punch the nearest soldier. That's right, deaf to traitors. Traitor collapses to your feet. The flask of alchemist fire flies from his grasp, but luckily it doesn't break or ignite. Caleb looks at you in a grim annoyance and spits on the floor. I thought I pulled one over on you there. Too bad it didn't work, for you. You'll have to meet your death in the flames of the rest of this scum. My new masters, the demons, will be pleased that I wiped another couple of Crusaders.
Did we find trouble? No, they did.
Wait, where am I? I have gone invisible! Nope, apparently I retreated back over here.
Do not hold back.
And apparently my turn just got forfeited. That's a bit rude, game.
I will see to your demise.
Into the fray!
I like how I fucking just straight up knocked him out.
Distract them from me.
You won't survive me. Strike as one.
Beautiful.
Go for their hearts!
We are getting quite unlucky with our attacks, but it's okay. We've had a lot of good luck today so far already.
The inheritor, guide my blade.
Time to share your treasures. Cover me, all right?
I feel like Samael deserves this kill. There we go. Yeah, they all both have half plate. That's actually really good. Oh my god, that's a cold. Oh yes, just give me all of this. That's all worth it.
Don't mind me.
We march ahead.
I'll help those in a minute. Hey, there's the storyteller. That Warhammer is the collapse. Whenever this +1 cold Warhammer confirms a critical hit, all enemies within 15 feet must pass a fortitude. Oh, that's fucking awesome. I actually could use that, and I could use it really well. The problem is, Radiance is actually... Radiance isn't better, but I'm pretty sure Radiance can get better. So I'm going to keep Radiance for now.
Uh-huh.
Don't even try to gloat.
The enormous black rift cuts deep the library in half. It goes so deep that one can only wonder who could have possibly wreaked such devastation and how. We know who. We were there, game. Okay, let's go let these guys free. Praise Omide, we're saved. A storyteller, the blind elf stands before you. He looks extremely strange. His face wears its years heavily, which is unusual for members of his race. Spinning grey hair, a ragged beard, sightless, milky eyes, pale, papery skin covered in age spots, a spine coloured by the passage of time. This is not how elves typically age. The youth that graces their face of elves, even on their deathbed, has totally abandoned this decrepit specimen. That is an elf. A beard. I guess the worst can be found even among the best. The old elf holds out his hand in your direction, in the perennial gesture of the blind, greeting you in an exceptional, strong and calm voice. Hello, I am the storyteller, and I wish to thank my rescuers. It is you, if I'm not mistaken. Storyteller? That's the first I've ever heard of a venerable old-timer like that having a street name. Oh yes, we are your rescuers. The very idea. I, the savior of a helpless old man. A whisper of this could cost me my reputation as a heartless narcissist, built over years of ceaseless toil. That's the damage bad company can do. Darren turns his shining eyes to you. You'll be the ruin of me, won't you? Yes, does that scare you? No, it doesn't. Darren keeps his eyes locked on yours. The threat is great, but I am not one to turn my back on fear. I tire of this. That fine old fellow you saved is still waiting for your reaction, by the way. Who are you? The old elf frowns. I prefer people to call me storyteller. It very accurately describes the sphere of my occupations and interests. In most of the places I have been, I am known by that name. It piqued my curiosity. A storyteller. Are you a bard? If so, you should come perform at one of my parties instead of knocking about in this dusty library. A bard? In some sense, yes. But not the type of bard that performs at festivals. I think your guests would lose their appetite after hearing my tales. What a shame, and I was hoping to wheel you out for my guest. With your unusual appearance, you would have caused quite the scandal. But lugubrious bards are of no use to me. Half the bards in the city are the same. Their repertoire is confined to the one about longing, the one that causes indigestion, and the one that is a complete waste of time. I mean, really, how is one supposed to host a party with that? I want to talk to you about something. The old elf responds with dignity and courtesy, but firmly. In thanks for my rescue, I of course will render you a service in return, whatever it may be. However, at this moment, I wish to be somewhere safer than at present surroundings. My recent adventures have fatigued me greatly. I would be grateful if you could help me to a safe shelter of some kind. The stubborn set of the elf's mouth tells you that he won't change his mind. The prophecy was made real. Ultra Shaggy entered the Mortal Kombat chat. Did he? Okay. Okay. Typical. You do something good. You do someone a good turn, and instead of saying thank you, they just ask you for more help. Go easy on the elf. He had a rough go of it. Yeah, because we've had so easy. Can't not help him. If it was up to me, grandfather elf, I'd throw you over my shoulder and carry you out here. This is no place for old folks. I'm taking you to defend his heart. Please accept my sincerest thanks once again. And if I may, please don't rush. I will struggle to keep up with your young legs. The storyteller lowers his voice slightly, and I am not the only one thankful to you. The young Crusader over there is eager to give his regards, but he is too shy to approach you. I can tell from his quickened breathing. When we reach a safe place, take pity on the lad and accept his thanks. The young man, with aristocratic features, wipes the sweat from his brow and gives you a courteous bow. Allow me to introduce myself. Brother Clem, at your service. Thank you for helping us. We thought that we were doomed to perish. Who are you? We're Crusaders of the Order of the Flaming Lance. Our order dedicates itself to the pursuit of hidden knowledge and magical methods of fighting the demons. We're searching for our leader, Sister Myanmar, the scholar. She spent the last few weeks here, working day and night on some important research. When the demons attacked the city, we rushed here to find her, but it seems she left the city shortly before the attacks began. Myanmar just left the city, leaving no word of where she could be found? None. She left in a hurry, without leaving any notes or orders. I have no idea. The only thing that may serve as a clue is this book, the one she was studying. The knight holds out the leather-bound tome to you. Myanmar's note mentions something about a stone book belonging to druids of old Sarkoris. What does that mean? Stone books. Druids of old Sarkosis use sacred trees as books. They carved their secrets knowledge on the bark. When the demons came, the druids resorted to a dark ritual that turned the trees to stone, and the druids themselves into undead, doomed to guard the stone library grow forever. But that happened far from here, in the stone wilds. Is it possible that's where Myanmar went? Or maybe she found one of those trees nearby. Somewhere nearby. I don't know. How did you end up in this trap? A trader met us at the door. He seemed faithful and passionate crusader, and we didn't suspect a thing until they attacked us from behind and knocked us out. We didn't expect such a trickery. Most of our order brethren are dead, and when we were desperate to believe this man in armor was a fellow crusader, a comrade. While we were unconscious, they removed our armor and tossed us on the fire of books. What macabre blasphemy. Isn't it always the way? You start to think that they may be able to trust the fella, and boom, goes to stab you in the back. But if you never trust anyone, then you'll soon become a killer just like Holleran. That's hardly better, is it? Ah, don't start on that now. Fine, you convinced me. You can trust people, but only once in every dozen. I'd say, and not for long even then. Who is the elf with you? Is he a crusader as well? No, he calls himself the storyteller, and he arrived recently in Kenabres. We often saw him in the library. He was interested in the writings about early Sarkoris and the era before that. It seems a trader caught him in the library and decided to kill him along with the rest of us. Real Warner did a trailer in it, Shaggy appeared grabbing Scorpion to the nether. Fair enough. The young man's voice drops to a polite murmur. Have you noticed that the storyteller is a little odd? Even for Kenabres, where you can meet the strangest people from the farthest corners of the globe among the Crusaders. Have you ever seen such a decrepit elf before? Not just old, but ancient, with a grey beard like that. Elves don't tend to grow beards, I thought, and they don't have wrinkles. An elf with wrinkles and a beard, a detestable absurdity. Hold on there. A beard isn't the worst thing a person can grow on their having grown in the face. You should see some of the people back in my village. The worst thing that's growing on your face is your mouth. Please try to open it a little less often. Len clenches his teeth and turns away with a dismissive wave of his hand. Go to defend his heart. Those who are ready to fight back are gathering there. The city still fights, but that's incredible news. We'll go to our sanctuary guarded by your order, brothers and sisters. We'll bring them to defend his heart. Taking you to defend his heart. Please send my thanks once again, and I may... Okay, yeah, let's go to defend his heart straight away. Make sure we take him back.